Hey everybody, this is Joe. I'm here in Houston. I'm in zone 9B and I am showing you my front yard garden. I thought I'd start on this side with these cool lilies. Oh my goodness, they're so small over here. These are kind of ratty. But look at this, these are amazing crinum lilies. And I love this pale pink one. And I've got a few things. This is my newly sunny side garden because of losing that giant tree. And so I've got a little bit of shrimp plant. You can hear our hawk. And I've got, this is a pink fire spike. It'll be interesting to see what happens in the sun. And then here's a little sort of volunteer. There's a white and a blue Cape plumbago. And they're awfully pretty. These have sort of moved around. I planted both of these here, but not where they are. I think the ones that I planted died, and then these had seeded themselves. And I've got a really nice looking couple of cleomes coming up. They haven't bloomed yet, but they sure look pretty. And then here are some wonderful Texas rock rose. Isn't that beautiful? They look like little tiny hibiscus to me. And they've gotten pretty big pretty quickly. And then these are my volunteer petunias, which I've never ever put flowers out here, put seeds out here. And this just volunteered and it has made it through the heat. I don't know, super petunias. And here's some pretty cleome. Mostly white, but then its little stems are pink. It's little sort of, I don't know what you would call that part of the flower, but it's really cool looking. And more really great looking Texas rock rose. And then I've got some more cleome back there. Everything back here turned out kind of white. All the cleomes. And I love this salvia. This is coral nymph salvia. And I just, this has been like a little hell strip right here. This has been growing under this massive tree all these years. And the roots are terrible for the silver maple that was over here. And so I've just been throwing, ever since I discovered this coral nymph salvia, I've been throwing seeds out here, and now I've got kind of this little hedge that I'm really liking. And then my one little penta that has made it through. I didn't even protect this from the winter, from the freezes this past year. And it survived. So I always think of a penta as something you really have to protect, but I think I just ignored it, assuming it was just ratty, and I let it go. And golly, it just came right back. And look how pretty. Look how pretty all of those little salvias are. I think of coral nymph as having more white, and so I wonder if this is, it's sort of hybridized in the yard, because I've bought a couple of other ones. And then this is a gomphrena that I grew from seed. And so I'm excited about that. I just tried growing some different ones, and I really like this color, because most of the ones I have are a different kind. And then here's my mystery salvia that was here when I moved in. And it's just a great little plant. It's made it through, it's 15 years old, and it has made it through. Look at my new baby. Hi, Buttercup. Hi, Buttercup. What you doing, buddy? What you doing? Hi. And then this is what I'm encouraging. This is a native ground cover. It's a butterfly host. It's got cute little flowers. Look, oh yes, you're very helpful. Cute little flowers. Look how sweet. Tiny little flowers. Yes, you're very helpful. Look at this. It's very hard to film when I have this kind of help. But I'm trying to encourage this. I would really like this. to be this whole cover, this whole giant that's 80 feet long and 8 feet wide. And I would love for it to not be grass. I would love for it to be a native ground cover. The other thing I've planted in this little hell strip, actually before the tree was gone, is blue mist flower. And it has sort of taken over a little bit. And I don't really want it on the walkway, but it was willing to grow under that tree. And then another thing I just threw seeds out for, see all this sort of bright green, sort of chartreuse? That is, hello, yes. Oh, I see what it's going to be like with this new kitty. This is Jewels of Opar. Hello, yes, you're very helpful. And here you can see this Jewels of Opar over here has been engulfed. It has been engulfed in this Salvia. And these are just its little seed heads. The yarrow is looking very fluffy and pretty. It looks like it's got lots of new growth, but it hasn't bloomed for me since early spring. And this is the non-native yarrow here that the plant looks terrible, but it's got some flowers. Excuse the bright sun I'm filming in. I'm doing this in the early morning. Here's my giant penta. And then, oh my goodness, so I've been gone for 2 weeks. And look at this wonderful, more Jewels of Opar. It's really taken off since I was gone. It's ready to bloom. And then my favorite little patch here. Now, if you've watched before, you know I have a lot of native plants in here. And, oh, there's a monarch who shouldn't be here. There's probably a resident monarch. And I put up on my community tab a short video by a group called, a YouTube channel called Wild Floridian, and she really explains about monarchs. Here is a dusky wing butterfly, I think. Can you see him? There he is. There. Anyway, this is sort of my favorite patch of native and native-are. I've got the beautiful cone flowers, the Gora. Behind the Gora is Texas rock rose, and behind the Texas rock rose is the mealy blue sage, the Salvia farinaceae. So all 4 of those are native. And this is such a showstopper. I'm in love with it, this little combo. And there's more blue mist flower that I kind of have to chop out of my dwarf Salvia leucantha, which isn't that exciting a plant, but it looks pretty good right now, and it bloomed nicely. And volunteer zinnias. And then to discourage resident monarchs from making new monarch babies, I've cut back all of my milkweed, which kills me to cut things back like that. It was so pretty. And then this was a little, I threw some Verbena bonariensis seeds out here, and I love that. And here's a nice little combo. This, which is turning out so white this year, this is Pretty Parasols, coneflower, and I really like it with a little mist flower and a little zinnia just climbing in there. I just think that's such a pretty combination. Now here's one that's got some pink. This particular flower, that's what Pretty Parasols is really supposed to look like, with the little pink on it. But most of mine have turned out just white. This is a native grass that looks pretty terrible. This is called pink muley grass, and I really like it, but I've had a lot of trouble getting it to look nice. There's another one. Now I finally cut out most of the the Nicotiana that I had in there, but it's still going a little bit. More salvia and more of the jewels of opar. And I think that's a nice little pop of color to have that chartreuse in there. And there's a look at the long border. My favorite. Oh, there's another. That is a, oh, maybe an Eastern black swallowtail. I couldn't quite get a great look at him. Mystic Spires, Salvia, always my favorite. And then capping off the end is another beautiful giant penta. And my my desert willow, oh hey, there's a flower this morning. It's just been so pretty. I'm loving it. And all those sort of weird spots I was looking at last time, and I sort of asked if anybody knew what was going on, all those leaves fell off. You see one ratty leaf there. All those leaves fell off, and I've got a new little puff of nice and green. So it sort of solved itself. And then look at this Cape plumbago. It just went kapow in the last couple of weeks. It got so big. And so I'm so thrilled with that. Got a Mutabilis rose, which is not blooming. And then I really think this big old Jane Magnolia. That's a Jane Magnolia there. It's been there a long time. This is relatively new, just a couple of years, and I've limbed it up, and I did it sort of in an uneven way. Here it doesn't look great, but I'm liking it. And hello, buddy. Hi, bud. Such a helper. More magnolias here, and then all my peppers have gone crazy. And then I'd forgotten about this little plant. This is not the same as this. This is a wax myrtle. This is a senna plant, and it is a host plant for a larval host plant for like little yellow sulfur butterflies, orange and yellow sulfur butterflies. I've not seen any caterpillars on here, but I kind of like the way it just is hidden in here because it's kind of a funky tree that I didn't really have room for. Hi, buddy. And then here are my volunteer little zinnias that my sweet neighbor gets to look at. I wanted to give you a little peek. I clipped a few things last night when I got home. I'm sure you guys are like me, where I got out of the car from the airport, put my suitcase inside, and immediately came outside. Oh, I forgot I hadn't really gone back in here. This is my new Gora. And you know, the Goras come, I've got white ones over there. This one's pink in the middle, white on the edge. And then this one over here has a lot more pink. It's a lot more solid pink. And I'm hoping those will get huge. And then back in here, this is a loosestrife, little native loosestrife. And I kind of thought it was just going to bloom once and be done, but it seems to be putting on new little flowers. Here's the more Salvia leucantha. That's the bigger one. Now, I did some research. This is Porterweed. And there are a lot of different colors of porterweed, and what I have learned is that there are different varieties of porterweed, one of which is native to Texas, called blue porterweed, and it is smaller. It's more like 2 or 3 feet. This is That's 4 feet, and it's going to get probably 5 feet tall by the end of the summer. This is not native. This is a, sort of a purple one. So if you're looking for a Texas native, make sure that you get blue porterweed, and that will be the native variety. I think this one is, there are other porterweeds that are native to South America and some to Asia. Oh, well, help yourself, little bee. So I was super bummed that I don't actually have the native one. So I was like, rats. Anyway, just so I can pass on some information. Here's a sweet little salvia. This is the one that I bought at the store. It ended up being super small, pale pink. It's different than the coral nymph. But I really, really like that one. I like the pale, and I like having one that's short. Oh, there's another butterfly. I've seen a lot of butterflies this morning. This dwarf Barbados cherry is so pretty. It's just gotten such a fluffy look to it. I gave it a little bit of a haircut in the spring, and I just think it looks lovely. And I'm remembering, now there's a black swallowtail. Can you see him right there? Let's see if he'll come over here. Come on. Oh, there he goes. I'm going to stand still for just a second. So pretty. And I think this is Walter's viburnum. I think it's really turned out to be a pretty bush. That is evergreen. I was hoping that was evergreen. I didn't read the tag. And so now I think that's a female. I'm being distracted because she's got blue on her back. Not a lot, but the male eastern black swallowtails have yellow spots on their back. More cleome. And then this is a Gora. It's getting pretty big, but it sure has a different leaf structure. So I wonder what variety I picked. And I really like this back here with the Salvia farinacea. And if you clip it back, it will get really fluffy. But I have not clipped this back very well. And here's my little white Gora that's stuck down in here. I'm hoping next year, I'll clip this back in the winter, and hopefully next year this will be a big puff ball here. Thank you guys for taking a look at my front yard. I hope you're out having fun in your gardens. And I hope you were thinking about maybe next year planting some native plants. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.